everybody, my name is Keionna. Welcome to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you guys so much for stopping by. You're always welcome to my channel. I hope everybody is having a wonderful reading summer so far. I know I am. I'm super happy for myself because I've read 3 books so far, and I never read that many books during the summertime. The most books that I might have read during the summer would be like 1 or 2 books, but that was years ago. Maybe when I was in middle school, not even high school, like in middle school, because my mom used to force me to read during the summertime. It's been a while since I've been on here, so I'm super excited. Today I'm bringing you guys books that you must read in 2018. The first book that I have is The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. I just got hit to this book not too long ago, and unsurprisingly, I was very impressed by this book. I think it's worth the read. It's like the epitome of the proper good things come in small packages, because it's another one of those really quick reads like The 4 Agreements that I just did a review to, and I will link that review in the description bar below for you all to see, as well as the written review that is on my Goodreads page, so I will link that too if you want to check that out. Yeah, that'll all be in the description bar below. This book is only 9 chapters, and it's a really good read at that, because I think it takes a very simple and yet mature approach to achieving success and figuring out what our purposes are and navigating towards financial freedom. Not only that, but it is also very comprehensive regarding the creation of affluence in our lives on a spiritual level. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not know what affluence was before reading this book. I didn't know it was a word. I didn't even know that it was a thing that existed. So I was highly pleased with the financial literacy that this book provides. The author enlightens and enriches our mentality by changing our perspective on money, material wealth, and the ability to receive everything perceived as good. This book gives practical guidance that can be used on a daily basis to circulate an abundant flow of life energy. And through these strategic laws per se, Chopra reveals to us how to apply each principle to everyday life. So I'll go ahead and read laws 1 through 7 out loud with you all. Law number 1 is the law of pure potentiality. Law number 2, the law of giving. Law number 3, the law of karma or cause and effect. Law number 4, the law of least effort. Law number 5, the law of intention and desire. Law number 6, the law of detachment. And law number 7, the law of dharma or purpose in life. Those are all of the 7 spiritual laws, and I love to refer back to these books because they contain so much valuable information. If I had to choose a book to carry with me my whole life, this one would definitely be one of them. I gave this book a 5 stars on Goodreads, and you can check out my written review on my Goodreads page, which is linked in the description bar. The next book that you all must read in 2018, if you haven't already, is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Reason being is because not only is this a #1 New York Times bestseller, but also because I just recently discovered the trailer for the movie Thug coming out October 19th, which is the acronym for The Hate You Give, and I was just blown away. It definitely prompted me to pick up my copy of this book finally. So though this is a young adult fiction novel, I think that Angie Thomas does a really phenomenal job of portraying the current climate of the justice system that we have in this country today and the way that African Americans are treated as a result of racism. It also sheds light on police brutality, which is clearly a problem in this country that often goes without proper acknowledgement or investigation. I also think that Angie Thomas does a really good job of resembling so many of the cases that we are seeing in the news today. So even for a young adult fiction novel, I think that this is going to be a fantastic story, and I'm so excited to read it. By the way, I have not read this book yet, so if you guys haven't read the book yet and you want to read it before the movie comes out, maybe we can schedule a week before, sometime before the movie comes out, for us to all get together and read it as a collective. That would be so awesome. Let me know in the comment section if you would like for me to organize that. But either way, it's going on my next TBR pile, so yeah. Now let's get into the synopsis. It slightly reminded me of American Street by Ivy Zaboy, only because I just recently read that novel, but obviously the plots are 2 completely different. Here in The Hate You Give, we have protagonist. She is a young athlete and she attends a predominantly Caucasian private school, and she lives on the other side of town in an underprivileged African American community, so to speak. So the main character is already trying to find her balance between these two worlds when suddenly she witnesses a police officer unjustifiably gun down her best friend, her closest best friend, one night out after a party. It's so strange that the murder of her friend causes national headlines and people like in the community to make all sorts of accusations as to why he was killed. Oh, he was a thug, he was a gangbanger, he was a drug dealer, all those, you know, different speculations. But her best friend is like completely innocent. He was only 17 and she's 16. So then Star is forced to choose between standing up for her best friend and her community or playing it safe and staying quiet. Meanwhile, her community is being destroyed by protests and riots. She then realizes that she has to do what is right and she takes a stand for her friend. And from that point on, I have no idea what happens next, but I'm literally on the edge of my seat about it. Also, I would like to mention something interesting, that the title of the movie, I think that it's so interesting because I immediately thought about Tupac Shakur's Thug Life tattoo. And it's also very interesting because Tupac Shakur was a rapper and an activist, I like to think, because he rapped to bring more awareness to the communities about the injustices that African Americans face. I think that that was a pretty cool correlation. And also, I think Anthony Mackie, he is in this movie and he also played Tupac in the Biggie biopic Notorious. So I think that that's also really cool correlation. I see what you guys did there. My guess is that this is going to be a 5-star novel. I have really high hopes for this book, but we will see once we are finally able to see the movie coming out October 19th. Make sure you guys mark your calendars for that and pick up your copy before then. So by then, I can come back with a full detailed review on this book, and yeah. So give this video a thumbs up if you would like to see that. The third book that I recommend for you all to read this year is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. This is a #1 New York Times bestseller, and I'm sure you guys have probably already heard of this book because it is amazing. This is another book that my mother had put me onto via Audible, and I'm so glad that she did. I went ahead and purchased the physical copy for myself because I'm really particular about my books that way. This is a self-help book and a kick-ass one at that. I think that this is one of the most entertaining self-help books I have ever read. I can definitely say from my own personal experience that the hype for this book is real. The author does such an amazing job of getting to the root of our problems and then doing the work that some of us haven't even realized that we've been avoiding facing up until we actually read this book. And then she ever so eloquently helps us to get back to that childlike state that we once had, where we felt like we can take on the world, you know, where we're like carefree and fun-loving. She also takes us on her own personal journey as she shares her own personal stories from her experience, which I think is really inspiring. I feel like every boss or anybody who's coming of age, coming into themselves needs this book and their book collection. It's like a huge confidence booster. It's so empowering, so encouraging. It's like a wake-up call and a reminder, like, you are that. I listened to this book like 5 whole times on Audible, and I plan on rereading it this year. As you can see, I kind of started reading it a little bit. I didn't get through it all the way. And I have this really cool bookmark that I can't take out all the way because I'll lose my page. You'll definitely be seeing this book in my future TBRs. I went ahead and rated this book at 5 stars on Goodreads already because I know that it's a wonderful book, but you might want to follow me on Goodreads so you can check out the written review when it's complete. I think I'm going to do a full review on this book. Let me know in the comment section or give this video a thumbs up if you want to see a full review, like full verbal review on this book. Last but not least is A Return to Love by Mary Ann Williamson. This is another self-help book that I just read this year. I also featured this book on my May Celestial TBR pile. This book is really good for those of you who are here to tap into your higher self, experience true love, and experience miracles naturally. This whole entire book is basically the author's thoughts of this course that she stumbled upon, which is titled A Course in Miracles. So it's just, you know, well organized. It's like all of the titles and subtitles of the course in here, and then it's just like her thoughts in correspondence to the course. I think that this is a really relatable book. I love the way that the words make me feel in a world that sometimes seems to be too tough. I think that this is exactly what the world needs, to kind of like soften it up, help people to love more and be more compassionate. It's not another one of those books about like romanticized love, more so about the love that's like when you take a look around and everything and in everyone, it's like the seed that is the most deeply rooted in all of us. It definitely nurtures that seed that has been planted in us since birth, the seed of love, which is like the very foundation. It's like embedded in our DNA and all that stuff. I think that it takes a very healthy approach towards love and healing. On top of that, like, it talks a lot about healing. One of my absolute favorite chapters in this book is chapter 6. It's the chapter on relationships, and I think I might even go as far as to make another video in further detail just on this one chapter. I also loved her thoughts in chapter 3 about the ego, and in chapter 4 about the masculine and feminine energies, like yin and yang. I was like really feeling that. It's like some really deep stuff in here. I think just about anybody can read this book. Married couples, single people, college students. I would even recommend this book for young adults, adolescents, just so they can, you know, be more emotionally responsible, so they can learn how to be emotionally responsible at a young age. Alright guys, those are all of the books. Alright guys, those are all of my picks for books that you must read in 2018. I really hope you guys do consider picking these books up for yourselves or for your family and friends and reading them out loud. They're super informing, super helpful, and I guarantee you guys will love them just as much as I have. Mind you, I'm not going to hold you if you don't decide to read these books. I just wanted to express my admiration for them. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I had so much fun making it for you all. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And keep up with me in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel for more book recommendations and bookish talk. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye!